us.
Friends,
I was doing it in the other show too. And I was just stealing. Sorry.
Friends, welcome to Battletech Oath of Endosteel 3026 Part 2. As you could tell, I asked if everyone was ready. They said yes, and then they kept talking, which is very normal for my shows. I mean, we had a New Game Plus episode a couple weeks back where they were like 6 or 7 minutes in before they realized that we were live. But, you know, welcome. Several notes. One, the character wiki is now updated to include Celeste Robinson and some slight other changes. If you're on Patreon, you can check it immediately, of course. You might not notice it for a week if you are, you know, watching normally on YouTube, but the updates will come as they are. Several other announcements, starting with if you are a Patreon subscriber, all we're asking is that when you talk about the latest episode for the week that it has been released, please use a spoiler tag on Discord. I never even anticipated that it was going to be such a popular show to talk about. Honestly, a lot of people are signing up on Patreon, way more than I thought would. Like, I was like, when I envisioned the show, it was a reward to all of my already there Battletech people. And more people are signing up, so they really want to get this show. You all really want to get this show, so thank you. We're getting to deliver it for you. I know everyone here wants to talk about maybe getting like premium skins for their mechs based on how much Patreon money or something like that. We'll talk about that as a cast privately at some point, but yeah, we'll figure that out. Any other notes that we need to cover before we jump into this episode?
Firestarter.
Yep, you're in the Firestarter, not the Raven, even though the overlay lists that. We've also got Ratasaurus's art reel functioning. So now he's not going to yell at me this week. He shows up every week and he's like, Arthur, you fucked up this part of the overlay, you fucked up that part of the overlay. I'm like, I'm sorry, Red. Now it's fully operational. Yeah, let's jump into this. So it has been a rough time for in order to make up for leaving 2 days later to give you time to do all of your affairs. The dropship that you're on has to take off and sustain a 2 gravity drive burn to the jump point.
Whoa!
To make up for those 2 lost days. So a 7-day travel became 4.5 days. But yeah, you're basically bench lifting your own body weight for the entirety of the journey. A lot of the crewmen aboard the ship that aren't working spend their time lying down.
Yeah. Question for you, JP, because I knew this was going to come up eventually, but I have TDS.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be terrible for you. This is about to be the worst 22 weeks of your life.
Oh no! Yeah, that's so bad.
So all 3 of you are called to the communications room aboard the dropship. So this is you're on a Union class dropship. Which Lachlan McDougal should be pretty familiar for you. It's the symbol of your house, and it holds 2 aerospace fighters. 2 light aerospace fighters have been loaded in, both with the Jacobson Unlimited crests. You all have a 4-person mech bay to the 3 of your mechs, and since it's kitted out for assault mechs, so you have a lot of space to move around in there. Your techs are very appreciative of the high level. The other 2 mech bays are filled with a series of medium security mechs, like a Centurion and some other designs you perhaps might not recognize. And the final one is a bunch of, how do I put this? People who definitely have military training and maybe dropped out of the military with a less than honorable discharge. Infantry mercenaries. Occupy the final, what would be a mech bay has been converted to an infantry bay.
Cool. So the Fast and the Furious cast, or
yeah,
or the disposables. What's the name of the Expendables?
The Expendables.
I think of them like the Hydra agents from Winter Soldier. But
okay, yeah, sure.
So
I got
like
you.
more Nazi.
Yeah, I mean they're not specifically outrightly Nazi, but you know they all look kind of like savage, ruthless guys.
Quick question: has there been any thought about what Jacobson's logo looks like?
Good question.
Don't know, but now I'm gonna think about it after the show.
It's picture, yeah, it's not important now. I was picturing something like Boeing-y.
I would think my first thought would be something like the planet Saturn. You know, something like a planet
Boeing
with a ring. Is that what Boeing looks like?
Boeing's symbol is like obviously like an orbit around a planet thing. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd imagine him having a ringed planet system.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
So you've been called in. The air conditioner isn't working so well inside this, but that's normal for old Union class ships. Air's a little stale. It's a little warmer than it should be. The heat sinks on the ship aren't diverting heat. Paused on screen is Jana von Hohenheim and Tamari Ito in a message to you. You can hear someone in the communications room, like a tech, has the message ready for you, but you can hear that he's got like an iPod in, and on it he's listening to local news, where you hear the familiar sound of James Dives going, Professor William Wyndham Williamson III, aka Little Drac, is moving off-world after a savage and brutal beating. He is going to be retiring to spend his time on Solaris before he makes a comeback. Your thoughts, our thoughts and prayers go with you, Professor Williamson. The tech turns and says, "Oh, you're here." He takes off his headset and says, "You've received a communication on planet for the three of you, and I've left it up for you." And he steps out of the room, closing the door behind him.
So it's Jana von Hohenheim.
Yes. This is, just to be clear, this isn't live. You're several days out from the planet. Live communication is not possible at this distance.
Got it. So it's a message for us.
Right, pre-recorded.
That's the other one other thing I wanted to double check is there's no way to like transmit data outside of sending ships through like whatever the
there is
space
not to where you're going. Normally you use a hyperpulse generator in order to send something 50. So ships can travel 30 light years. Hyperpulse generators transmit 50 years. But of course, they don't make new hyperpulse generators. They replace old ones. So
that's what what's her name was fucking around with last week, right?
She's been working around with she's working with Comstar Tech, and she wants a jump drive from jump engine in order to finish things. So you have this message here waiting for you.
Okay. And does it like give any context, like a subject line or anything like that?
It's a video message. They're physically in holographic detail standing in front of the camera together.
Okay. Wow. Together.
Yep.
Lachlan is just gonna. If they said it was for all three of us, Lachlan's just gonna hit play.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Just going into this, I'm expecting a nice lecture about the diplomacies. About the importance of the people.
Immediately, they both link arms and go, "We're getting married." It's a triple marriage, actually a quadruple marriage. And Tamari takes over from there, and says, I spoke with Xenia. She's agreed to get married at the Kerensky Ball too. All three of us will get married to all three of you at the Kerensky Ball. Other nobles have heard about this event, and now we're all... So far, we've got 4 signed up. I expect there'll be more by the time you get back. I'm so excited. I have plans for all of your weddings. I'll be handling everything, and House Sapaku will cover the bill.
That is great news.
Wait. What makes you more sick, Eddie? Eddie, what makes you more sick in that moment? Is it the jump sickness, or the fact that you have to foot this bill?
I feel like there's a moment where Kuro is trying to hold their composure like during this whole message, and like they almost forcefully fall back into any kind of chair or like against a wall and just like
Lachlan's just gonna come up and like pat him on the back and just be like, "Classy move, Lieutenant. Classy move."
Before leaving, I had the same thing, just like a tap, like, "Well done."
So before any of you can move, there's a chime through the ship that says, "Bing, bong, bong. 30 seconds to jump. Strap in. 30 seconds to jump."
Oh, no, not again.
That's our cue. Get ready to dance, everybody. I imagine something.
So there's like jump seats, and you strap yourself in.
Flagsy overhead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. 30 seconds later, time stretches out to an infinity, and all of you are like looking at objects that get farther and farther away. The clock on the wall isn't moving though. You're like, it has to have been at least a minute. And the second hand is like going forward and then backward and then forward again. You're like, what the fuck? Then
This is flashbacks to middle school.
everything.
I would like to roll something to see if I am able to hold it in.
No, you will absolutely be unable to hold it in. That's why
Okay,
you have
cool.
TDS.
Then I just straight up
Yeah.
like. And then is there artificial gravity or is it?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so yeah, and like.
According to
Whatever that was.
TDS's article, you are violently ill or totally incapacitated. You get to pick which one.
Ooh. Well, okay. So is
Jasper and Lachlan, you both are mildly dizzy or nauseous afterwards, but
Yeah.
Right.
Kuro is clearly in a whole different category.
Yeah, I would say violently ill for now.
All right, yeah, you begin
Since
throwing
I
up
vomited.
everywhere.
Yeah.
When you're talking about like the violently, or I mean like the kind of nauseous, like it's like dizzying. Is it the kind of
like
dizzying
vertigo,
where like
probably.
some people are gonna be like, oh, this is not that big of a deal,
Yeah,
or
it's
even
super mild
like
for you.
right,
Yep.
got it.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
basically like an internal eardrum kind of thing where like the vertigo kind of.
It's like a roller coaster, right? Some
Yeah.
people it's like, oh, this is great. Some people it's
Totally.
like, oh god.
You get another bing bong bing. Jump translation complete. Deploying sail. All TDS sufferers, and then someone laughs as if we'd bring someone like that on board. Please feel
And,
free
like,
to use the
Kuro just-
emergency bags.
Kuro's just like, oh fuck.
So there's
them.
like a hand vacuum for you to clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
a-
you
in like
it's basically strapped to my belt at this point. Like,
went violently ill, right?
yeah, I did.
Okay. All right, Chunks. Let's go.
Lachlan finds this
Ooh.
hilarious.
Oh no, you're trying to toss me
New
another
call
fucking
sign.
nickname.
New call sign.
No, it's the travel sign. You know, it's like, oh fuck. This like brings me back to my academy days. They always fucking called me names.
That's funny. In our academy days, we had our own jump hazing ritual.
Yeah.
You know that the solar sail will need to be deployed and charged for 7 days on the jump ship, and from there you'll continue to jump every week for 10 weeks or more.
Mhm.
Is there anything that I can do to like help mitigate my TDS?
Nope.
Nope.
Shit.
You have to fucking eat it the whole time.
Yep.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
I will be using this time to. Do we have training modules in this Union dropship?
You do, but
No.
they're not what you're used to. So you are used to military style training that the like maximum efficiency. He has 2 pods instead of the typical 12, and they are civilian commercial grade. They're basically like, instead of driving a car, you're in like an arcade driving simulator.
It
Essentially,
like creates a map and you have like kind of a visual icon of your mech and you like move it.
instead of actually piloting a mech, you're now playing Mechwarrior 2
Exactly.
on a 386 Pentium.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. Not great.
I would probably do that with Jasper, because I imagine that Kuro is not really well enough to hang out with anyone.
So there are a lot of people who now, so every system you go from here on out has no hyperpulse generator. The news is gone for you, so you have a massive data bank of all of the most current shows and popular classic shows, and the crew is talking about this new show that's playing somewhere, and you can hear the tagline for it as the first episode goes down. Not the first episode. This is like the Mandalorian trailer for the Mandalorian. You see, it's a dark screen, and it's a man taking something off his uniform, like taking off his medals, like taking off his rank bar, and he says, "Congratulations, you've been dishonorably discharged, First Sergeant." And he says, "Thank you, sir. I'm glad to have served the Lyran Commonwealth." And then you hear like a drum roll. And we still haven't seen this guy's face, but we get his hands on like a tractor farming somewhere, and you know, there was a peaceful life, and then like we see a dropship falling from the sky, but the engines are, you know, evilly red. They came. And we see like evil pirate Battlemechs. You know, they're junk. They've been thrown together instead of
fucking old agromechs that have been
instead
like,
of an autocannon, they have like 6 machine guns strapped together with it's wire.
It's like the Raider armor in Fallout 4.
And the man goes, "You made a mistake attacking my planet." And then it's just 100% action movie of essentially this generation Sylvester Stallone, like diving behind cover, firing 2 pistols. Every scene, he's always firing everything on full automatic, never reloading. Immortal Warrior.
Yeah.
And like, the final scene is him getting into the cockpit of a commando battle mech, and as it seals down, it says, Season 1.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Fucking love it.
Oh my
See,
God.
Sam doesn't watch, so he doesn't know about Immortal Warrior 27 or Phantom Mechwarrior 2. But Immortal Warrior is a real series in the Battletech universe that goes exactly like this.
It comes up in a time of total warfare all the time. Constantly. And they're on like what, like 37?
27, yeah.
27.
It's pretty far in.
And so this is the first one.
Yep.
Good
Everyone is
callbacks.
talking about how this is going to be the series that's going to be incredible. The other big thing they're talking about is a Downton Abbey style series, or more like what's the series about the Queen right now? The Crown.
The Crown.
So it's essentially about fake Prince Hans-Davian and fake Archon Katrina Steiner's daughter. She's like 15 and he's like in his 40s, but they're having a whirlwind romance because that's really popular right now. And everyone's, you know, like they constantly run into each other on different planets, and she's like, well, I'm just a tanker, and he's like, I'm a mech warrior, but I can respect your ways, etc., etc., etc. She's like, I'm too young for you, and he's like, age is just a number, and everyone's like, is it creepy? Well, they're nobles, so, you know, what does it matter? Like, the whole series is 100% meant to make fun of nobles, but people love this shit.
I imagine Kuro, like, while in bed, just like reeling from the sickness, is probably watching that because it reminds him of John.
I do. I like the idea too that I'm flipping back and forth, and like I'll watch 5 minutes of each of them, and then like I slowly watch more and more of the Downton Abbey.
Yes. I feel like every now and then maybe Jasper like comes in, like comforts me by watching it.
Fuck
with
no.
me.
Fuck that. I will never tell you that I watch this show.
The one note I would have
You
is
could spend a research project on it.
I feel like instead of Immortal Warrior, because it's the first one, it's like the Immortal Warrior, and then they'll fuck around with the title for like the next couple, and then they'll drop the eventually when like 4 or 5 in. And then
just wait for Son of Immortal Warrior or the Immortal Warrior. That's a thing. So there's the Immortal Warrior Avengers series where all of the Immortal Warriors in history team up.
Good.
Cross timelines.
Don't worry about it. I've already done all of this. We got the groundwork laid.
I'm starting to get like flashbacks of the sci-fi series of Dune. I was just having a conversation about Dune the other day. It's like you got the original, and then you got the Children of, and you got the anyway.
Oh, I love this. This is great.
Is there anything you all want to do quickly as you transit towards the planet Whiter? Well, the system of Whiter.
Can I obviously it won't send for who knows how long, but can I just send a message to anyone who's I'm still friends with on Solaris to make sure that Drac does not have a good time when he gets there?
So just to be clear, even if you write this message now, it won't be transmitted until you get back. It'll wait in the jump ship's message drive until you get back to original system.
Then I probably just
you'll probably just send it fresh.
It's literally like 2-4 months from now. So
yes.
I would like to spend some time just getting chummy with Sir Maximilian.
Okay.
If possible. Specifically, I would love to get to a point where he whether solicited or unsolicited, gives me some like really good advice I can carry forward as far as like leadership of my house goes, and like what I should be doing as a new leader, or even better, politics.
Let me throw this at you. He's pretty busy on the outbound trip.
Sure.
But
I'm sure.
some scene like that could be useful on the trip back.
I was gonna say something
yeah.
So maybe I'll hold off for
so here's the thing. He's working the whole time because every planet they stop in, you know,
Right.
he's smuggling or whatever.
Well, no, he's not smuggling. But the thing is, every planet that they, or every system they stop at, he is their information. He has to transmit them all the thing of the outside world. He needs to check up on his business interests in each of these planets. He's formulating new plans. Like every planet he stops at, he needs to update his business plans for how this is going to go. So at every jump after the first one, Lachlan, you are invited by the captain to privately dine with him that evening. And the captain will go into great detail. Once you jump, well, sorry, it's not the first time. I think it's around the third or the fourth jump where you cross into the Outworlds Alliance, and that's when the invitations start. They're a not subtle attempt by the captain to like sit down. You know, you'll have a good bottle or two of wine and a steak dinner, which is real hard to get in zero gravity. And he'll tell you about all of the educational problems, the illiteracy rate of each of these planets, their unique conditions that makes it difficult for them. You know, he's a little embarrassed to be doing this, but he also believes in Jacobson's mission to like educate the, you know, they have like 30% literacy rates and people hate the government. So
no, that makes sense. They're trying to turn Lachlan into a little bit less of an asshole about this issue. I love it.
They're not the first NPC to try this, but yeah.
I would love like if Lachlan's okay with this, like every now and then he'll like come to Kuro because he knows Kuro is like that's Kuro's bread and butter. Like every now and then he'll like come to Kuro and just like talk about this because like Kuro's still in bed just like
just to be clear, your transit disorientation only lasts for a day or two, so you have 4 or 5 days of peace before you begin the vomit again.
So
I feel like what this might look a lot like is like somebody who's like taking like their first college course on a subject and is like super excited. Yeah, it's like super excited to talk to like somebody who's an total expert about it. It's like, you know that like these people don't even know how to read. It's like, yeah, dude.
and Kuro, Kuro would probably go into like programs that his family organizes to help educate those that are like at the lowest common denominator of like, oh yes, you know, sometimes you have to you start with the children and build facilities for them to then re-educate their parents and things like that.
So conspicuously, Maximilian never meets with you, Lachlan. He meets with all the other people on the ship except for you. He never crosses paths. You might see him out of the corner of your eye in a corridor.
Kuro is slightly suspicious of this, and probably would do something like intelligence-y, where he'd like start doing some investigation.
I mean,
like,
there's no hiding his intent here. His intent is to turn Lachlan to his side.
Yeah,
the side, you know, to get either pass laws or get these goods off of the planet. Educational portfolios, break through the Federated Suns' ban on exporting things to the Outworlds Alliance and help raise their level of culture and technology.
Sure. I guess what I would be curious about is like, is there a reason why that he hasn't approached? Because I know that there was a mention of Maximilian wanting to approach Kuro about something.
Right. I think
was it related to this or no?
Yes. I think he'll mention obliquely like Baron Spaku, I'm afraid that as much as I'd like to work with your house and distributing material, it's simply not going to be an option anymore. Delivering it off planet is against the law. There are very heavy fines and tariffs, and I simply can't afford to pay. The delivery of these objects costs far more than the people who need it can pay.
I understand that concern, and I would support any changes in those tariffs if it would make sense. I think Kuro would 100% know that Lachlan would benefits from these tariffs. I will see if potentially we can restructure them to allow growth for these outer worlds. It makes the most sense for all of us.
So he nods and says, you know, I wouldn't want you to get involved if you didn't feel in your heart that it was necessary, but you are the leader of a powerful political faction now, and if you can convince Lachlan, another powerful political leader, there could be. I mean, he's doing the calculations. I mean, he's already done the calculations, as I said, but he looks to you like he's doing the calculations. He says, with the three of you and your allied houses, that's enough to push it through the Senate.
I'm just realizing that this Endosteel block thing, you know, that might have some political power.
Yeah.
And I would, I'm trying to think of how I would word this as Kuro, but to kind of get it out there, I personally support what you are trying to accomplish, and I think an arrangement between the four of us could certainly benefit. Perhaps we should sit down and talk more after this mission has been concluded.
Of course.
And like, I would imagine like that was either in passing or maybe a dinner that he had invited me to in some shape or form.
Absolutely. 10 weeks later, you finish your final jump, and this is the scary one. This is the jump where the system you jump to is uninhabited and uncharted. The only reason to go there is to get to Whiter. So if anything happens while you're there, piracy attack or engine trouble, part breaks, you'll never leave. You'll die. Essentially, you'll just die in space. You make that final jump to Whiter, where when you get there, the broadcast technology level here is at like 20th century, like 1960s. So
we got
they have color transmissions coming from the planet, but it's mostly black and white. And 360p is the maximum.
Yeah. So we had telephones then, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember. Telegraphs probably as well. So telegraphs would probably be a big deal.
Your dropship.
It's the 60s. Telephones are absolutely a thing.
I know. It's more just like I was thinking, like military wise, like they would probably use like secure lines.
Military wise, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
This planet doesn't have a military.
Fair enough.
As you begin landing maneuvers, like as you hit the upper atmosphere, is the first time anybody notices that there's a dropship approaching. And suddenly it's like on all the televisions, they got black and white news broadcasters like, this just in, Maximilian Jacobson spotted landing on the planet for his once-a-year visit. What's he bringing this time? We'll find out now. Let's head out to the local populous store and more. And like there's an old white grandpa. He's he's literally in a swamp hut, and he's just like, that nerd Maximilian Jacobson, tell you what, don't like that individual. Always talk about nobility, bringing in education, or whatever.
Oh my God.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Yeah, they call these people here pirates. You know, they've never done anything bad to me. You know, they're just hitting the city folk. Ain't no problem around here. You know. Yeah, I'll work for them. You heard it here first, right? Like when you land, it's not a fancy McDougal drop port. It's certainly not a Solaris 7 automated drop port. You land in a field on a particularly flat set. It's like a parking lot.
A little plateau.
That's been reinforced to handle the dropship's weight.
All right, so AP, if you don't mind, a quick like flare of this is that we're used to landing in a drop port and having like that literal like massive airport experience of like the dung dung dung. Now boarding, and you know, like literally like the nice voices and shit. And this one is just like the drop door lands into a bunch of like cow shit, and we just have that musical like banjo like.
There's no musical,
you know. But I'm saying the show of this is like, you know, it's like the slide guitar like and we just go like it's like a cow just in the middle of a field.
Sorry. Where you've landed appears to be swamper territory. You're at the edge of a city. Nothing's higher than 3 stories, and everything's made out of wood or maybe cement. There's no steel buildings here. Okay. It seems like metal in particular is a complete absence. Everyone has...
that resource. Is it because that resource isn't necessarily available, or is it because they don't know how to use it well?
You have no idea.
Okay.
You have a welcoming party that consists of 4 trucks with heavy machine guns mounted on the backs on swivel mounts, and about 30 farmers with hunting rifles that have created a barricade of cars and are aiming their rifles towards the drop bay of the
Cool,
drop
like
ship.
first contact.
Like we wouldn't be present for this, right?
Nope, you are present for this. So Maximilian is just like, all right, now remember, you can't say you're with me. My security forces here need to be able to, after you've finished your contract, I need to be able to bring them in and say, you know, you don't want nobles protecting your planet. You want to pay good, hardworking, salt of the earth people. Hire my mercenaries. So I need you to get out there, and I need you to rile up the crowd. Just be McDougal. My apologies, Baron.
What is that supposed to mean?
You have a way with the peasantry.
Thank
Baron.
you. I appreciate that.
I would appreciate if you could play your part as yourself. Just be yourself, and all of you be him as well.
Excellent.
Kuro's like,
So yeah, unless we're like supposed to be dressed for like mech fighting.
I mean, you have to get your mechs off the dropship at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, like this is you having to pilot your mech towards these waiting people.
Yeah. So I guess we'll
There's a guy with a megaphone, and everybody's got their rifles. You can see they're all cocking them, and they're like, "Stop right there, pilot of the. What mech are you in?"
Are you asking for its name or for its model?
Who are you? And what are you doing on waiter?
What do you mean, what are I doing? What are you doing pointing weapons at us?
We are the Public Defense Citizens Council of Waiter City.
Very impressive. That was sarcasm.
Who are you?
My name is Baron Lachlan McDougal, and I think you ought to
You could see
point your guns
everybody
elsewhere.
moaning. The whole group, like all their guns go off.
damn it. We said not to. Anyway.
Are you here to conquer the planet?
Sure.
does
No.
your fire starter step out of the drop bay, step in front of him, and go, "No!"
I'm gonna like.
It's like the flames start igniting.
I go to internal comms and I'm like, Kuro, what are you doing? It seems they're looking for leadership.
Yes, but they.
Just be clear, when you ignite the flames on your fire starter, you get a wave of gunfire of small arms. Like you can see one of the guys on the back of the 50 cal machine guns firing at you, and the bullets are just reflecting, and you're like, 0 damage. Okay.
I imagine like internally, I would say, remember, we are not to represent ourselves as best we can as nobles.
I thought he said to be me. This is me.
I'm gonna take my backwater barony over this king of cow shit any day.
So just be clear, all 3 of your mechs are suffering from small arms machine gun fire through this whole conversation. At some point, they run out of ammunition and get tired, and the guy goes, that was just a warning shot. If you get back on the dropship and tell Maximilian Jacobson that he cannot rule this planet, and neither can you.
Not here to rule you.
That is not what we just heard.
We're here to save you.
To be fair, you've all forfeited your lives by shooting at us. You're lucky that we haven't started shooting back.
That causes some very serious concern among everybody, and you can see microphone guys just like, steady.
That is the law. I mean, I'm just being honest.
We are here to deal with piracy.
You're here to deal with piracy.
You're trying our patience. We're here to take care of your piracy to provide an example to them, but due to your back talk, perhaps we should make an example of you first.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you park those fancy mechs? You come down and talk to us. We'll put the guns away. Even though we could totally take you.
Why?
You can see him waving, and like people are putting their guns down. The trucks are swiveling.
Right, so here's the thing: we need to stop letting them talk to us like they're equals.
Yeah.
So we're like, listen, you're gonna shut your mouth when you're talking to me, and you're gonna. And you're only going to talk when spoken to.
Yeah.
And like then just pretty much just roll out to go find these pirates. Like that's I feel like that's the way that like we're not don't argue. I would say it's like
there's a saying on my property that do not wrestle a pig. It only covers you in shit and the pig enjoys it. Let's just get on with our jobs and ignore these peasants.
Seems reasonable. Off we go then.
I was internal comms, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you just ignore them as they're putting their guns down, and the microphone
Where
guy
are you going?
just
Where
like,
are you going?
Yeah.
Talk to us, and we just literally start phoning out and doing our job. I feel like that's the actual way to handle this. They can't affect us at all.
I feel like Kuro would say, "We'll return when we have finished our job. Then we will talk."
Yeah, we told them that we're going to take care of this job. Like we're here to relieve them of like to put an example to these pirates. But you know, if you keep talking, then maybe we'll make an example of you too. That's it. Otherwise, don't ever talk to us.
Yeah,
I like that.
Don't talk to me or my mech again.
As we're like folding out in the internal comms, Lachlan will just say, "You're right, Jasper. The only way they'll learn is with a harsh lesson, but we don't have time for that. So, off we go then."
Wow. Okay, that sounded threatening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Jasper. I feel like this is a good point for Jasper. Is that like I feel like Jasper, while being a knight, thinks that people in the Federated Suns deserve these things, but not out here. Like this shit is just like this is fair game. I feel like as a person, like I don't carry the universal belief of like noblesse oblige to everybody. I really only believe it about the people who like are actually here, like in on Whittington and stuff, right?
So yeah, very similar to Lachlan. Yeah.
So it sounds like I'm the kind of the oddball of the group in that regard, where I'm just like I'm trying to calm you both of like, no, we must represent ourselves well, and like trying to like dissuade them from just absolutely destroying this like defense group.
I don't know if there's enough room on our dropship for a bunch of refugees that you want to take care of, bringing them back and coddling them, showing them the ways of 31st century.
I do not know what you mean of these refugees. We're not taking them, but does not mean that we cannot support them with our ways. Who knows? They could eventually become powerful allies.
Allies?
They don't know our ways or our language yet. All they know is the way of might. And we'll show them what that is. We speak that very well.
I agree with you there. As like the cocking of like the flamethrowers.
Yeah, like the spooling of like
the spooling.
like the fire, like the pilot light turns on.
Yeah,
you know?
I was gonna say, do they have like just massive pilot lights? Like,
yes. Yeah. Right. As those flick on as a test,
I know it sounds cool. They don't, because what they shoot out is the pure power of their fusion core.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how flamers work in Battletech.
Well, that's still
I think there's different flamer types,
fucking
right?
cool though.
This is about the fusion fission plasma release flamer. It taps into the Battlemechs reactor to produce heat and plasma release. Yeah, there's no pilot light. There's no gas involved. You're releasing the pure power of a nuclear reaction.
It is spooling.
So you just shoot the sun at somebody. You're
I'm literally just like taking fusion and funneling out towards
shooting the sun at somebody.
Awesome. I love it.
Okay.
Fire starter.
These people have set up in the swamps, and you can see that there are signs of recent battle here. As much as perhaps a few days ago, no one has cleared out shell casings from small arms fire on two different sides of a battle that seems to have run through most of the capital city. Buildings have been broken into. It's clear that from the wanted posters, people's daughters are missing. Descriptions of tanks, poorly drawn. Language is used occasionally by perhaps the wisest among them that still know English as a language, or as a written language rather than just as a spoken language. You're not welcome here. The Citizens Council has spread the word that you guys are just kind of noble Yahoo jackasses. You get the idea based on the direction of the tracks leaving that you need to head southeast of the city into a desert badlands. Like the swamps only survive as far as the edge of the city, and then immediately turns into a desert that covers a quarter of the planet.
Okay. Nice. Is heat a problem here?
Heat is not it's not that hot.
It's not an added problem.
It's
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. The desert doesn't go in excess of 150 degrees Celsius.
Remind
It doesn't
me,
affect our mechs at all.
Correct. Yeah. Sorry, 150 Fahrenheit. Yeah, your mechs are not affected by this particular desert.
Just a quick reminder with jump jets. I can move vertically.
You can jump to the height of the jump jet rating, and you can move laterally as far as the jump jet rating as well.
Nice.
Oh yeah, your mech has jump jets now.
So I'll be tagging with you, man. But I okay. So tactically, I imagine like as we're making our way towards this, I would say to the three of you, McDougal, or no wait, what was your call sign again?
Templar, right? That was
Templar.
one that got voted in?
Templar, Warlock, and
Huntsman.
Huntsman.
Okay, so I would say, Templar, you and I will pick out the larger targets from a distance, while I move forward with the Huntsman and get to closer range to take out the smaller targets.
Roger that.
Okay. Who is leading? Who's scouting for your formation?
It makes sense that I would probably.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Because you're the huntsman, yeah.
So while you're not in your like comms Raven thing,
Right.
you're used to doing sensory data stuff, right? So
Sure.
it makes sense that you would probably take that.
But also I'm probably the most mobile still.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
because I'm a light mech, as well as I think I have skills. Okay, so again, it's been a while since we've done combat, guys. Let's see. Let me remind myself.
Is there a
real
tactical
quick.
roll for deployment?
We're
Are you
not
asking-
even there yet.
Okay. Sure.
You haven't even found the enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So you said some of these traits that I have: combat sense, sixth sense.
Those kick in out of mech.
Out of mech. And then I have
Sixth sense will help you here. If you're about to get ambushed, it'll trigger. You'll be like,
Okay, got
uh-oh, something bad's happening.
Right.
Make sure
okay.
you recalibrate your sensors to non-fusion core ranges. Not gonna be dealing with mechs here.
Yeah, and like Kuro's like, Roger that, and like goes and does some various calculations. I imagine like there was a period where Kuro was getting used to the fire starter, like switching from the Raven. So like he's like fumbling a couple times. Yes, like finding the right functionality. All right, everyone, let us proceed. So Kuro
I'd like you to make a tracking roll.
Oh, perfect! I have skill in that.
Excellent.
This is why you're our
need
lance
a
leader.
11.
What's that?
You need an 11.
An 11.
Yep, I got these
Okay.
2d6 dice up here at the top.
All right. Okay, so let's see. I have tracking. It is an int roll. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so it's a +3 for me.
Okay.
That
That
is
is 11.
That is an 11.
Right.
Okay.
Good work.
Let me ask a question.
Hmm.
After the first day of going out and fighting nothing, do you guys just stay in your cockpit for an unlimited amount of time? I mean, you've got rations, a small survival hunting pistol, laser pistol, and like a water reclamation suit. You know, as
Can
part
I
of
have
your...
Still suit. I mean, let's be clear. I've got a fucking still suit.
No,
Okay.
no, you don't have a still suit, but there is
Damn
a
it.
water reclamation part of your battle mech.
AP. My dream is to become a Fremen. Okay.
I'm sorry that you can't become a. We'll talk about battlesuit infantry when that comes up.
All right.
Question.
You can pilot an elemental when it comes around.
Does my two questions would
This
be
planet smells like shit. There's no way I'm getting out of my mech.
yeah, that's true.
So, is it then that every day you return back to the dropship and
my
let your
God.
techs do their work and have a nice dinner on board? All right.
Oh my God.
That seems like what Lachlan would do, unless Kuro talks
Does that
him out of it. That would be what
I mean,
Lachlan
Does
would
that
okay, so-
interfere with
The tracking.
No. Does returning interfere with Maximilian's objectives for us?
Maximilian's objectives are he's doing business deals on planet to acquire the specific swamp kelp that he needs to make that beer.
Yeah, but I guess he gave us the objective though to be assholes and kind of like show off nobility. And if we're returning to the job ship, does that make it look like we're working with him?
No,
and, like,
so he's spreading news around. You know, he's like, they're just nobles. You know, like they're paying me to transport them here to do this job. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
They're doing this out of.
He has his own spin to it, so it works out. Like as long as we're not
just be clear, he's
him,
absolutely lying to the local population about all this.
I'm sure it's
these people are terrible.
It's a lot of the like, look, what do you want me to do? I can't tell these people no if they want to get on my ship.
He's like, you know, I'm a noble too. They're from my planet. You know, I'm one of you, but
I had some cross wires.
I'm a businessman.
Let's talk kelp.
As a player, I had some cross wires there because I think last time you said like they don't like nobles and so like don't act
they don't
like
nobles. Yeah.
Right. Don't. But I think there was like a cross signal because I was anyway here nor there. So we're trying to act noble-ish because we're trying to ingratiate them more with Maximilian.
Correct.
And ourselves.
Right. Okay. So when you come back and you say the planet is now clear, the local population is gonna be like, well, no one can defend us now. Like the pirates at least drove off other pirates, and Maximilian's gonna be like, but wait, I've got a mercenary force on my ship. Why not both? Why not take this? Look at this right here.
Oh yeah, were these the pirates that were supposed to hold off the other pirates?
It's like my mercenaries were the pirates. Yeah, it's like a whole scheme. Anyway,
that's good shit. Okay. Yeah, next on the Borderlands. Okay.
No, listen, he hasn't made this situation, right? He didn't set all this up.
Oh, that would actually been even better if he did. Yeah,
no, he didn't do that.
In order to get the kelp this year.
He's not that scummy.
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
Question though. Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say like real fast. So us coming back and forth while trying to track down these pirates, that does not detract from my ability to track these pirates and find them.
No, I mean, there's no one out here like brushing the hover car or the tank treads out, right? Like when it rains, you get a little bit of a problem, but mostly it's the fact that the Badlands have a really high EM signature and high like there's weird radioactive metals out here that are preventing you from getting a clear signal.
Interesting.
On the 8th day, you do finally get a signal in the morning that you track. It's a strong fusion core signal. Fusion looks like either a medium vehicle or a light battle mech, and it's coming from a cave located right here.
Okay, and let's see where. Okay.
So to be clear, there's like cave holes all throughout the sides of all of these areas.
Fucking Fremen. Anyway.
And either in one of these two hexes, the exit, you're getting a strong radioactive fusion signature.
Okay.
So you can approach from any direction you want to. You tell me where you want to put your mechs and how you want to do this. You don't even have to start at the edge of the map. You can start anywhere you want to.
I mean, I think the plan is you got them where you want them, and just put your fire starter flame nozzle right into the cave and go boom.
But we don't know exactly which cave, right?
Yep. You don't know exactly which cave, but you know where the signal's coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, we know roughly there. I would almost say the hatchet man should be from above.
Yeah, hatchet man like chilling up top.
Totally.
I should probably just be like what's waiting for them if they come out of the caves.
Yeah, maybe like in the river even. Does that make sense?
Is this deep enough water? No, I don't think it's
water.
Deep enough water.
It's zero
depth. It's at level 1. Yeah.
Well,
if it's level 1 and
like
2 is the one that you're
distance-wise.
It's like, a crick.
Yeah. Distance-wise, what is your best range to be at where you can be most effective?
Well, most of my stuff doesn't have minimum range except my PBC, but for the most part, like the best place for me to be is like about like 3 to 5.
Yeah.
So maybe
probably like 4 really. Well, like it's basically a question of whether I want to be in short for the medium and take a penalty for the PBC or take a penalty for the the medium lasers. So yeah, like right around.
So maybe somewhere around here, because that way you're on the level step with the holes. And then
that's a good spot too.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so
I could be here and just like try to flank them as they come out. That's not a bad play.
And then maybe myself be somewhere. I could be right here. Ooh, that's
too close for the
front.
flamers, don't you?
You should just.
Yeah, but I also have the large laser.
Yeah, flame them out though. Your flamer's great.
That's true.
They have infantry in there probably too. So like,
I mean, we were warned about infantry, so.
I was also thinking about the fact that like I'm a light mech versus a heavy mech, so like I'm not like being front and visible isn't necessarily a good place for me to be like.
That's fair.
Fire.
So that's everybody's placement.
No, I haven't fully decided. Okay, so if you like, AP, if roughly. Where would we be able to see the holes?
Is it reasonable to assume that they can come out from any square, any hex? Okay,
absolutely.
Okay.
There's
that's
small
how full
holes here.
it is.
So tanks are small enough. I mean, most tanks are slightly larger than cars. So,
is there a hole specifically large enough, or is there like
there is a suspiciously large hole with a bunch of tank treads, located right here.
Okay. So I would imagine that I would be like potentially here, and or I could go on the other side and then
I think you're overthinking it, man. I think you just got to go with your gut here, and you know, it is what it is. I just decided to go one up forward. That way my legs are blocked by this embankment. Because why not?
So maybe like I go here.
Yeah, that's not a bad move.
All right.
And then like fire starter, flamer the fuck out of this.
Right
I just
as
love
you
saying
arrive, the enemy reveals himself.
Perfect.
Cool. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, that's good news.
Straight line.
Savannah Master.
Did they put a nuclear bomb in the place?
I know, seriously. Like we're literally getting ambushed here.
Oh man, I almost faced a different direction. You have
an SRM carrier in your back. You need to take care of that.
I do not like that at all.
A Savannah Master. I don't even know what a Savannah Master is, but that sounds fine.
So
what the fuck? There's so many of them.
The SRM is definitely the most dangerous one that I have seen.
Savannah Master is new. It's so new that you've only just heard about it.
Scorpions.
Yeah, okay. The Scorpions are definitely dangerous. I don't know much about the Savannah Master because they're not in that game, and the SRM is really scary.
Yeah, the SRM should absolutely be having you be terrified.
The SRM carrier, especially where it is really scary.
Oh, it's right next to you?
Right behind me. Oh, shit.
So in 4 and 4, the 2 lances of enemy tanks pop out. That's their movement for the round. And then we're going to roll to see who goes first for the enemy movement. So now, let me just walk you through, because your war books are going to know everything but what a Savannah Master is. So Savannah Master is a speed 20, 5-ton, basically hover Jeep with a medium laser on it. It's highly advanced, incredibly fast. I mean, 20 hex movement is real shit right there.
Okay.
That's pod racing.
Scorpion light tank is 25 tons, autocannon 5 with the machine gun. It is internal combustion engine, so like gasoline. It's tracked. It's not super fast. It's only speed 6, and its armor rating is 11 on most sides. Like most tanks, of course, the front should have a little bit more than the sides and the back. SRM carrier, 10 SRM 6s. It's real bad. You don't want to get shot by one of these things.
The Scorpion. Sorry, say what the Scorpion is again?
Scorpion is autocannon 5 and a machine gun, 25 tons.
Yeah. Okay.
The Scorpions are not nice, but if the SRM carrier like dumps its full load of missiles on your fire starter, there's a very solid chance it could just take you out.
Yeah. Okay.
So to be clear, 1 Savannah Master, 1 SRM carrier, and 6 Scorpion light tanks.
Okay. All
right. Positionally speaking, we should fall back and take out the SRM carrier, go this direction, and then kind of regroup and then pick people off, right?
I agree. Yeah, I'm just gonna basically try to get my back away from this thing.
Like we can't be surrounded. Like whatever way we can do to clear out being surrounded is the way we need to do it.
Yeah, and the only direction I can go is
and then from there we can
All right, that makes sense.
So we're rolling initiative.
Yep, I have a 12.
All right, we need you, Kuro. We need you. Come up big for us here, buddy.
Let's see. What was it again? It was tactical.
Yes, it's your tactics roll.
Tactics. Yep. Okay, so it's a +5.
Tactics intelligence.
Yeah.
Here we go. Big money, Kuro. There we
go. 15, buddy.
Good news.
I'm going to be moving 2 for each one of you, moving 1, and my last time I'll move 4.
Yeah.
So let me get the profile of these Scorpions. So 4, 6, right? Okay.
I think we should start hunkering down a little bit on this plateau and like focus fire on this SRM.
So these things kick up into high gear and leave rooster tails behind them as they, like the whole chassis of the mech. Yeah. As you see that autocannon 5 come to bear on the Black Knight.
I can take a couple AC5 shots as long as we can. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna eat some missiles, but fuck.
Well, no, I don't. Will you? Because because it's simultaneous, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be really hard for one of us to not end up eating a bunch of missiles, which sucks, but that's how it goes.
You can't be facing it, Black Knight.
Okay.
Right.
Well, no, because you can move. We can move.
I can't,
and then they have to fire.
Question: I can't melee something when I'm 2 levels above it, right?
Correct.
You can jump. You can death from above it.
I mean, I can move. No, I can't. I'm not in range of it. All right. My thought is to move here, y'all.
That makes sense to me. Yeah. And then you can put your back to the mountain.
Exactly, and I'll just shoot down on the SRM carrier.
So
I'll move first. Well, the SRM carrier is going to move.
Right? Yeah, but but the SRM carrier doesn't have a lot of places to go that would make you
Black Knight. You just go like here, so the SRM carrier can't move.
Can it go up levels?
2, 3,
it probably can.
Yes.
Well, hold on. So here's it. Yeah, you're right. But you could. One of you could move there. If we could get there and there, then we just box it in.
Then melee it to death.
But no, we wouldn't.
I was thinking about, let's see, 1, 2, and then I have to go up 4. What's the
jumping doesn't care about height.
Yeah,
jumping.
Okay. I was thinking going like somewhere around here.
You have a jump rating of 6, right? So you can hit 6 spaces away at the height of 7.
1
or a height of -5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I mean, I was thinking about somewhere on the plateau, and then I could pot shot things like I could go after the Savannah down over here or something like that, because I have the large laser, so like I could definitely take out something big.
Just manage your heat. Each hex you go is going to be a point of heat.
Got it.
So
maybe like swap places with you.
You're gonna run. Yeah, you're gonna run hot. Yeah, that makes sense. So let me back up, and then you can jump up here. Okay. So
I'll go last. Probably is what I'm saying.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I will jump here. I will jump here as suggested.
I
do not there.
I don't know that you can go last, because I think that if I go before the SRM carrier, it's definitely going to be able to get my back.
That is correct.
I don't see any way around that.
That's fine.
Okay.
As long as I go after, as long as I go after Huntsman.
I actually think I want to face this way.
Yeah, you want to just put your back to the.
Technically, yeah, that's safest. I'm gonna do that.
That's what I was thinking too.
So my move is over, I believe, right? Like, let's say my hand is still on this thing. Are we good, everybody? That spot?
Looks good to me.
Right to me? Okay, cool. Done.
Okay, you're sure?
Yep.
I think so. I don't think SRM can get up there, so.
You get the jumping die, right? And how many did you go?
4. So I think I get 3 hex, 2 dot. Or, right?
What's the jumping die? Is it green or blue?
4, 2. Yeah, blue 2.
Alrighty.
Okay, so you've moved now, correct? You've taken your hand off of the piece?
Yeah. I moved. Blue 2.
Just making sure before I make my moves.
Oh boy.
Might have been a terrible decision. I don't know.
We'll be fine.
Anyway, I started blasting.
So anyway, I start blasting. That's where you're going with? Okay.
How do you get a dice from the dice bag?
You have to, oops. You simply pull quickly off the dice bag and...
Oh, got it. Cool. I was just making sure. Okay, cool.
If you don't grab quickly enough, it just ends up doing
Dragging
whatever.
the bag.
Well, you know, I see that the volume level on this song is bouncing all... Sorry, I'm playing song directly to the stream and going all over the place in volumes, so I don't know if it's actually working correctly. I'm hoping that it does. I'm trying to add a little bit of spicy music.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, cool.
Okay, so you
I'm gonna
jump
add
to that
my
location.
own spicy music.
I mean, as soon as you do that, the SRM carrier turret turns and points directly up at your hatchet, man. Here. Scorpion tank is gonna face us forward at a cruise.
SRM doesn't move.
Not yet.
It hasn't committed.
Yeah.
You described it pointing, so that's why I
The
sure.
turret's just turning towards you.
Yeah.
I just don't see any way that somebody's not going to eat a ton of SRM missiles. Like,
6, 7,
it sucks, but
8,
like
10.
I wish it
11,
wasn't
12,
me, but I don't
13,
think
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7.
I mean, I could have jumped here.
That's 15 hexes or so.
So is the SRM trying to...
The Savannah Master is 4 to get hit. So that Savannah Master is a hover tank. So it zooms around up the side of the hill, flies over it, and you can see that there's someone out like on an open top of the Savannah Master, pointing a las pistol and firing it at your fire starter. He's got a microphone. He's screaming, "Fire starter pilot, surrender immediately or be destroyed!"
We're dealing with an Imperial Commissar.
Oh my god.
oh boy.
Now, question. From a tactical perspective, do I have splash damage with the flamers?
No.
Okay. Because I know with infantry,
each of
I
these
can do
hexes
that.
is 30 meters on the side, so
Okay.
you're spraying a whole lot of distance.
Got it.
On
No,
them.
man, you could be like,
I'm Kuro of House Seppaku, and it will be a waste of ammunition killing you.
I'll let that. Yeah. That's what I said.
and I'm
Sorry, I have to waste ammunition on destroying your worthless asses.
So you guys move now, and then I'll move the remaining 4
Paraphrasing.
tanks.
Yeah, the fire. I mean,
Okay. Black Knight. So it looks like Firestarter is getting a little bit swarmed here.
Yeah, that would
can
be
jump.
accurate.
that's fine.
you can jump, so.
I know. I'm gonna probably go to the plateau or something.
I think the Black Knight should move, to be honest with you. Because all
Yeah.
of... Well, who hasn't moved yet on their team? Because look for anyone without a die
the
yet.
SRM and the
Scorpions. 2 Scorpions up on the hill. The SRM carrier are the only ones who haven't moved yet, right?
Yep.
So who's waiting to move where you move? Right? And that's probably these light tanks here at the top. So...
There's 3 Scorpions that haven't moved in the SRM carrier.
Okay.
So there's no
then
way
you
for
could-
us
then
to
you
go
could-
before the SRM carrier.
Yeah, you're gonna have to eat it.
One person moves now, then I move the SRM carrier and 3 Scorpions, and then the final person moves.
Okay, you have to move
Right.
everything after
Listen,
that.
you guys won
Firestarter
initiative.
needs to go.
If you-
Firestarter needs to go first.
Yeah, Firestar. Yeah, you need to go first. You should. I'm guessing you should just jump on top of the plateau. I don't see any better option for you. But
yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was thinking originally. Okay, so the question is, AP, like
you don't get
with the height. Do I get bonuses to them being able to hit me?
No penalties or bonuses in hitting. Yeah. So they're one tall. So for instance, if you're up that high, they get I believe someone's going to correct me, but I believe they get the partial cover for being only one tall and shooting up at you. But other than that, you'll be able to see everything on the battlefield more or less, except for this tank right here as it's located, because it's one tall and this is too high. You can't see it at this location.
Eddie,
if he jumped farther back, wouldn't he be invisible?
No, so
them?
The way Battletech works in terms of visual targeting is absurd, but the only things that matter are the height of the object located in front of you and the height of the object located in front of them, and any tall obstructions between you.
Gotcha.
Like if he's located on the back of this plateau and he's trying to shoot at something that's way over here, right? They have a clear line of sight even though he's on top of something really tall.
All right then.
Yep, I know. We posted a video about it a couple of weeks ago. It's pretty weird, but
something
enough.
To consider here, Eddie. When you're doing your math of where you want to go, you get the same amount of dodge if you jump 5 as you do 6.
Got it.
And but that generates 6 costs 1 extra heat. Right. So like if you're, I don't know if that factors into your math, but it's something to be aware of that defensively it's the same for you. But I'm not saying playing defensively is a way to win.
My heat generation, weapon heat dissipation is 10, and if I go max weapons, it's 6 or 16. So I mean, it's very unlikely that I'm going to go max weapons at this point.
You're not going to shoot your flamers.
Yeah, not right now.
You're not going to shoot your small lasers. You're going to shoot your large laser probably.
Yeah, I'm going to take out targets. Okay, so. Let's see. I mean, I feel like I definitely need to like fall back to where you all are because right now I'm in the middle. So I'm thinking somewhere over here.
Sure.
That makes sense.
It's gonna put you at a side of a couple things.
Yeah, I mean, it
definitely give you a good wedge of the battlefield to shoot at.
I mean, I could also go here potentially.
More people will shoot you.
More people shoot me there, you think?
Yes.
You have a roughly
you do have to watch the
amount of being shootable.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was thinking in terms of this guy could shoot you now. There, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit confused with the line of sight because I thought that would put me.
If you are in this area right here, you are blocked by this. You're in area 4. Your mech is too high, so a 6 will block for you.
Yeah. That's why this is slightly different than
That is true. Eric is correct in that regard.
So like somewhere on the 5 level wouldn't necessarily block for me?
No, because you are too height.
Yes, your mech's head
so your
would
mech
reach
is
above.
at 7. Yeah,
Yes.
your head of your mech is at 7.
Got it. So being
6,
at 4 would basically make it very hard for me to get hit.
which means you do not clear 6, which means these 3 mechs over are tanks over here.
Well, they haven't moved. Some of those haven't moved yet, but yes, it's going to make it very difficult.
Oh, super true.
And you still have one behind you.
Yes.
Yeah. So something. You're not getting.
I can't quite reach here. I can't quite. Yeah,
it's fine. I think you going here is fine. Something in terms of acquisition of targets, unless something changes, we should probably prioritize SRM carrier and then this dude because these are like the easiest ones to see, right?
And I think in terms of like where, what direction I'm facing, I should be facing probably.
You definitely do not want to point your rear towards the SRM carrier.
Yeah, you'll die if you get shot in the rear.
Okay.
Like you will not survive.
Back to the hill is fine.
Yeah, I think like roughly around here is kind of what I'm thinking.
You're gonna have to stick and move some AC5 shots from Scorpions, but you're probably gonna be okay.
So like here would potentially be something that.
I'm not sure which direction you're facing because you're slightly off.
I think that's. Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Fix that for me if you can.
All right. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, he's facing level 4.
You're sure?
Is that gives me a good fire? Well, I'm just. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's just do it.
Yeah, you just gotta make a decision.
I feel like James or someone in YouTube's gonna be like, no, why did you do
I know. It's like,
just
well, I
committed
mean,
the most casual blunder in history.
yeah.
Make sure to set your die here.
Besides getting in the land war and wage war.
I believe it's a 5, right?
1, 2, 3,
Committed one of the most classic
6.
history.
Because I was.
1, 2.
I have
3,
no fucking idea what to do. No.
6.
I mean,
Well,
honestly,
we set ourselves up to like take care of the tank, the caves, and then like they were all around us. So.
all right. Interesting. I might shoot the SRM carrier and melee the light tank. I can do that, right, AP?
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
I'm gonna flame the Scorpion light tank.
Yeah, I think you can reach there. Yeah, all right, Lachlan. There's all sorts
Flame
of
from above.
small swarmy
Okay.
tanks zooming around you.
Oh boy. So I could move 1, 2, 3.
Cannot
straight
change
back.
elevation while moving
No.
backwards.
Okay. How much does it cost to turn all the way around? How much does it cost per turn? It's like 1 per.
It's
Yes,
90
so
degrees,
it's
right?
3 to turn around.
Fuck.
I would point out
boy.
that if you turn around, you're going to be exposing your rear to a significant amount of firepower. Probably not enough to instantly vaporize you like the SRM carrier, but enough to put some holes in where you don't want them.
So I could just turn like this and be sideways to most stuff.
Correct. And you would receive partial cover from a lot of directions. You receive partial cover from like 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can do, because moving right now only takes me to worse positions, it seems like.
Then if you have chosen, you take a green die and you put a 6 there because you move, but not enough to give you a significant defensive advantage.
Well.
Do I build heat for that?
Yes, you'll build 1 point of heat from moving.
And you said
right.
green 4, green 6?
6. Just so that when we look at it, we'll know, there's no way you move 6 to get a 6 bonus.
Sure.
Like if you put a 1 there, we might forget and be like, oh, he has a 1 movement bonus.
Yeah. No, that makes
Do you
sense.
have any rear weapons, Black Knight? No.
No.
SRM carrier is going to fire all 10 at the hatchet man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
That makes sense. At least you have some mobility here. What do they have to hit at? Let's see.
I built 5 heat. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you do heat at the end.
Right. Oh, right. Fair.
He needs to hit a 6
Oh, yeah.
I'm dead.
on
Bye, everybody.
6 missile, or on 10 packs.
10 missiles, yeah.
That's
a hit.
5 on a 6-pack is.
Oh my god, that's a 12. That's a
3
That's
hits.
it.
crit.
It's fine. This isn't going to crit you anywhere. Not this first
yeah.
missile.
Fine.
Right leg.
These are 2 damage a pop, right?
Correct.
Right leg 2.
Left leg 2.
Left leg 2.
Left leg 2.
Left leg 2.
Second pack misses. Third pack hits. Right torso takes the first hit. All 6 are hitting.
Oh my god. Okay, right.
Sorry,
torso.
I need to get a note to write down because I'm not going to be able to remember how many missiles have been fired and how many.
Right. So I think because it's me, I should be keeping track here. So hold on. Let me just open up the sheet real quick. SRMs, pack 1, hit.
Pack 2 miss. This is pack 3, missile
miss.
1 of 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, first
that was
missile, right torso,
The kid gloves are off.
Yep. Right torso.
right arm,
Right arm.
right arm,
Right arm.
center torso,
Christ.
left arm,
Left arm.
Jesus.
left arm.
Left arm.
Pack
Good
4
times.
misses,
Nice.
pack 5 hits.
Oh, god damn it. There's
I
so
know.
many.
I'm almost halfway through, everybody.
8 on a 6-pack is 4 missiles.
Okay.
First one hits, right arm.
Right arm.
Second, right torso.
Right torso.
Third, right leg.
Right leg.
4th, left leg.
Left leg.
Pack 6. Hits.
Fuck.
4 missiles.
So many missiles.
Left leg.
Left leg.
For number 1.
He just keeps getting 6s on one
I'm in
die.
single
That's all it
digits a
takes.
lot of places, everybody.
Number 2 is
Yeah.
right leg.
Right leg.
Let me know if any of these go penetrating.
Yeah, you haven't yet.
Number 3 is right torso.
Right torso.
Number 4 is left torso.
Left torso. That's the first
Oh my
left torso that I
God.
got this whole scan.
Fucking shit.
Sorry, did you say that was internal?
No, that was the first left torso
Oh,
hit I've
wow.
taken so far.
That's rough.
2, 4. That's 6. So
Listen,
the 6.
If you're
6
gonna
of 10
get
missile
hit,
shots.
getting hit
yeah.
in the arms is not the worst thing in the world for you right now. It's
I
not
have-
great, but
I have a lot of 3s and 5s and 7s armor left.
Uh,
So,
pack 7 hits with all missiles.
No.
okay. Yeah.
First one hits right torso.
Hit
Wait,
right
what?
torso.
Second one hits right arm.
Right arm. Right arm's down to 1.
Oh fuck.
Third one hits left arm.
Left arm down to 5.
Fourth one hits center torso through armor critical with 2 criticals. That's really, really bad for you.
That's incredibly bad for me.
That
Wait,
just
can
went-
we?
I think I'm
Can
dead.
we?
No, there's a good chance I'm dead right now.
No. Can we use the story point to cancel that
You
out?
have plot points equal to edge. Only Eric can spend them to
Yes,
stop
absolutely.
them from...
I had to spend that
Okay.
to not have 2 through order.
Okay.
My AC 10 ammo's in my center.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fucking awful
Devastating.
For you.
Okay.
So let's see here.
that's a
Defensive action.
negative.
You can perform some of the following things: avoid critical hit.
Yeah, I'll just avoid the critical hit. That's fine. I don't want to make you have to
But you
reroll.
have 2 critical hits is the problem. You'd have to avoid both of them.
So then can I force you to reroll?
You can force a reroll on you or your opponent.
I would like to force a reroll.
Just to be clear, you can only spend 1 plot point
That's
on the
fine.
situation. So
Well, I mean, I'm facing 2 critical hits through armor criticals in the center. I have to reroll.
Yeah, because either of the crits.
Does this reroll this entire round 7? Or
no,
does this
it's just going to
reroll?
reroll the 2
Critical.
hit the no, it's going to reroll the location die to see where you get
Okay.
hit instead.
So I'm still going to take 2 through armor criticals. It's just in a different location.
Well, if it penetrates, yes.
If it doesn't penetrate, it doesn't
Okay.
penetrate.
So everything but the to hit roll and the cluster.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Your new hit location is left leg.
That's okay. 1 HP
That's-
left leg.
That's
Okay.
way better.
Does anyone remember which missile that was? I've
No.
forgotten all the tension.
So you've hit me. That was the second one.
Okay, that's so good for you then. Number 3
No.
is left torso.
Jesus
torso.
Christ.
Number 4 is left arm.
Left arm.
Left arm is good. That's got the most HP
Okay.
left, right?
Number 5, right leg.
Right leg.
Last
3 HP
one.
there.
Number 6 is center torso.
Uh-oh.
Center torso.
Is it through?
Nope.
Okay. More
My
bad
center
news.
torso's at 8.
Pack number 8, firing.
What the fuck?
Miss.
Hit.
Pack
Pack
number
9.
9, hit.
Okay.
It's going to
Does
be a
it
low
not-
number of
Oh,
missiles.
man.
2 missiles.
Okay.
First one hits left leg.
Left leg goes through.
No critical.
Oh boy, thank God.
Right arm.
Right arm goes through.
No critical. Pack number 10.
So
Is it hit?
tits. Fuck.
Jesus.
I have no armor.
3 missiles.
Okay.
3 missiles.
First is left leg with a critical.
Left leg goes through.
Okay. This is going to be bad for you.
No. Good thing this happens at the end of the, like, it resolves all together. So at least you get one good
Yeah.
smack back.
I don't know.
Well, it's
You
still
did
just like this
lower
is just
leg
so
actuator
much
hit?
all at once.
Okay.
That's why I said, like, this thing
Well, I
is
jump
scary
anyway,
as
so I
fuck.
don't really care. And I'm already taking a piloting test by the end of this.
Yeah,
so.
you're gonna be taking multiple piloting tests now because I think you take one
Yeah.
when you blow up the thing that
Actuator.
just blew up. Yep.
Yeah, you do.
Let me.
So it's 1 for the 20 damage and 1 for the actuator.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the second
Jesus
one's going to be at a... Sorry, they're all going to be at a higher penalty because they all stack together.
Yeah,
It's something someone recently told me. So, you're going to be doing them all at once, and they're all going to be very bad.
Okay.
Each actuator hit... no, that's only for physical attacks.
Can we finish the hit rolls? Or does this matter right now?
It does matter. It reduces your walking MP by 1 and adds a +1 to your piloting skill rolls in the future.
Oh, okay. So the question
after
right now...
this round, your piloting skill rolls will automatically have a +1 to all of them.
Understood. Okay.
Okay. What do we have? 2 more missiles?
Yeah, 2 more missiles to go.
Area 6, right torso takes 2.
That's fine. That's armor.
Area 8, left torso goes through.
Okay. Armor, but you said goes through as a critical?
No, you're good.
Oh, yeah. -2.
Okay, yeah, you're
armor.
looking like a skeleton right now. Like your mech is covered in I mean, look, you look like a monster from a Japanese monster movie because of the smoke that is rising from all of the missile hits. Molten metal is dripping off of your hatchet, man, as you walk through this, and the SRM commander's just like looking up, and he's like, turn, reload. Oh shit.
It's still standing.
I think like as we saw like in the first episodes, Lachlan is like a totally different person in his mech with like none of like the genteel facade. Yeah. So he's just like screaming fuck as he's watching this barrage of missiles hit the hatchet, man.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Kuro's like, speak to me, like trying to like
talk to me, Goose.
Yeah, talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, exactly. It's like,
all right,
Huntsman, are you still with us?
So I need you to make 2 piloting skill rolls. They're both at +2 for leg actuator, and mech takes 20 damage. So
so the first one was a 7.
Do what?
So I already started rolling that. The first one I rolled was a 7, which is good.
That's good.
Now the second one is so I guess I have to do 20 damage first, right? And then actually,
well, they're both at +2, and yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was
the penalty stack. You do them all at once at the end. 8. Good. Okay.
He's good.
And just as a reminder, next round, not this round, but next round, you'll be taking +1 to all of these.
Cumulative +1 to this. Yep. All right.
For the leg damage. All right.
Oh my god.
Now one of you gets to fire back at whoever you want to. I'm thinking the SRM carrier can't be allowed to live, but that's your choice.
Yeah, we gotta destroy this SRM carrier. So I guess the question is, do you want the Black Knight to do that, or do we want somebody else to go?
I'm facing other directions, so I can go after the Scorpion tank that's right next to us.
Take it down.
Yeah.
Black Knight, that's your #1 target.
Yeah.
That's really the person you're gonna do. I'm gonna melee this Scorpion, so...
Can I do partial targeting AP?
Yes.
Is that a
even split
thing?
Everyone after the first is a stacking +1. And if you shoot somebody that's in your rear arc, you can only use rear-facing weapons or flip your arms over for a +2.
Got it.
Okay. So if I just picked one secondary target, who is the most hittable would be one of the people with a red
Either
wand.
Scorpion or like
I
think we're the Savannah Master actually.
No, Savannah's red 4.
Yeah, the Savannah Master is going to be incredibly difficult to hit.
Okay, yeah, that's
As soon as you hit it, though,
so,
the thing's like completely done.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is, because my large lasers are below minimum range to hit the SRM carrier, I will target the one that Eric just pinged with both of my large lasers.
Well, I mean, you don't have a minimum range.
You're talking about PPC,
oh, I'm sorry, for the PPC. Yeah, so
PPC,
the PPC will go for that, and then
large laser and mediums need to go to SRM, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the SRM is your primary target, and the Scorpion is your secondary, and you're throwing a PPC at it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how you should do it. Like, if you can kill the SRM, and then I won't target it. But basically, if it's still standing after you shoot it, then I will commit all my resources to it too.
Yes.
Now, for any new players, this is a house rule that I put in place. You might notice we don't do the weapon targeting phase where everybody picks which target they're going to fire what weapons at. We do this to speed things up, so don't scream very loudly. please.
I probably should just do PBC and both large lasers and nothing else, because otherwise my heat will start to get unmanageable.
Sure.
Right. Do I want?
And the SRM hasn't taken any damage, so just can opening the SRM is not a bad idea.
Well, I guess I could just focus. I could just not fire the PBC and just do everything on the SRM and just make sure I take it out.
Yeah, I would. I think that's, if I were you, that's the better call.
Yeah. All right. Let's do that. All right. So I'll just do.
I just
hold on. Let me just make sure. Is my right torso medium laser possible to hit at a not at below 8? What is my 2 hit with this guy?
So you, what did you start at? You're a 2 pilot.
I started as a 2
gunner. You have a 3. He didn't move, so 2 hit the SRM carrier is a 3.
Okay.
And anything involving range is
2
a
hit
factor,
the Scorpion with the PPC is going to be a 4 5. It's a 5.
All right. I will do. I'm just gonna do large laser for 16 heat, 17 plus movement, plus 1 medium laser would take me to 20, 2, 23, 3, 26. Yeah, let's do 2 large lasers and 2 medium lasers.
How's a mech like you till I took a SRM to the lower leg?
Because that would be 23. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I'm hitting on a 3 for all of them. I will start with large lasers. So large laser and then 3 medium.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 2 large lasers and then 3 medium. So large laser 1. That is a hit. And it's the purple is the purple's a cluster.
Green is the location.
Green is location, so that would be center torso, looks like, which is just the center of the tank.
You're just gonna have to tell me what the number is. It's 7?
7, yes.
Okay. With the large laser, how much damage?
I believe they're both 8, right?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. You burn half of its armor off in one go.
Nice.
I have to make a motive system damage. So what's the critical number?
The critical number is 6.
Minor damage plus 1 to driving skill rules. So you like burn part of the tracks. Like some of the flippy floppy things snap off on one of the treads.
Just fuck up some treads.
I just like
Oh
see
shit!
the laser.
This is a Scorpion. My bad. I'm on the wrong one. It's still 8 damage, and it's still gonna fuck up the treads on the SRM carrier.
I imagine it's like the laser hits and like just things just start melting off.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the whole front end of the mech is, the vehicles are bleeding off.
Totally.
So it's a 60-ton vehicle hits, right? That has less armor on the front than the Scorpion tanks that weigh the third as much.
The SRM carrier is the glassiest of cannons.
Yeah. Which thank God, because it has a lot of guns.
Okay.
It is a Macross level of missiles.
Large laser 2 going. That's a hit. Location 8 and crit 2.
That's the front. That's it. It's dead.
So God. I can't just not shoot my other medium lasers.
That's correct. The rest of them also shoot the SRM carrier, but this thing fucking ignites and explodes with the power of a nuclear sun. All of its ammunition kicked. Well, let me roll to see the crew ejection.
I will take these people as prisoners.
Flamer goes into kill.
Can I use the medium lasers to target the crew as they're jumping out?
Oh, absolutely. If you want to go ahead and kill them, that's within your prerogative. Yeah, you kill all the members of the crew.
These are pirates and not nobles. If they were noble Mechwarriors, or probably even pirate Mechwarriors, Lachlan would allow them to live, but since they are tankers that tried to fuck up his good buddy, he is going to murder them.
So you disable the turret of the SRMs, so it can no longer swivel or fire, but the SRM carrier is intact and salvageable. But the crew begins running out of the vehicle because they're worried that if you keep shooting it, they're gonna die.
Pick it up and use it as
they get outside, your 3 medium lasers, pew pew pew, right? You hit a man with a medium laser, and there's just a wet popping noise and a red mist, and then they're gone.
Oh no!
I'm thinking War of the Worlds, where it's
Yeah,
like,
it's exactly War of the Worlds. Yeah, it's exactly War of the Worlds. There's nothing left. It's just.
Let's fire that PPC at the.
Cool. Oh wait, no! I decided not to do that, right? I just did.
Okay.
I did
All right.
because I didn't want to build up as much heat. I just did large laser, 3 medium lasers.
Yeah, he's super dead.
Bad news is, guys, I'm gonna have to bail out of this fight. Like, not like as a player, but like I can't take any hits. Like, I have to actually like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that makes sense. I mean, you gotta.
I just took an SRM to the face.
Yeah, I mean, you can't move until next turn anyway, so you might as well do.
But what I'm saying is that
now,
I'm gonna drop back behind like the mountains. Probably.
Totally.
That's totally fine. It's like you just like dropping back and letting me take some punishment is totally reasonable.
Or like I might be cheeky and maybe like just pot shot some AC-10s, but yeah, I'm not gonna be
the AC-5s that these Scorpion tanks have are not like anything to sneeze at, but they're not that scary for the Black Knight. So like, it's fine.
Exactly.
And I think, I mean, I think that's exactly what Kuro is yelling into your ear. Fall back, Huntsman, fall back.
So this Scorpion's going to take shots at the Hatchet Man. Yep. It's 11 to hit with the autocannon and an 8 to hit with the machine gun.
Come on, bad luck.
That is a miss.
Come on.
Also a miss. So yeah, I mean, this is a light tank. It's moving as fast as it can. It's not very fast. It sees the Huntsman getting real messed up, and it tries to target it through the gun smoke. And you just have a little bit of rubble from the cliffs fall on you as the autocannon causes a slight cascade of shells.
Yeah, it like ricochets off me into the.
Pachow! Welcome to the OK Corral fight. You guys are up.
I think the Huntsman should go. Take out that Scorpion tank in front of you if you can.
I'm just gonna melee it to death.
Yeah.
Can you
That's
melee
really
and
shooting.
target somebody with the AC-10?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
They're in 2 separate phases as well, so he can shoot this round, and then in the melee round, stomp the guy in front of him, or
I can't see that Scorpion, right?
That is.
I can see that though, so don't worry about it.
You can see this Scorpion right here.
But I can't. Okay, but I can't see that one.
Oh, correct.
Okay.
Can you see this one?
Let me look at Scorpion's armor. Sorry, I should have done this when we were waiting. Do you have a clear shot, Kuro? Maybe you should go first as I'm looking at this, because I want to see.
I mean, I have a clear shot to this one here. I can flame that.
16.
I mean, he's gonna hit that thing with the hatchet.
Yeah,
is
the
what he's
hatchet
saying.
is gonna
Right.
take that thing.
I'm just pointing out what I've got. So I've got access to this. I think I've got access to this one here. Probably have access to this one. I mean, yes, I definitely have access to that one. I think these two are the ones that I would probably go after. And then like if you don't finish this with the hatchet, I would flame it.
I mean, I think just shooting 2 medium lasers right into this asshole is going to be probably a smart way, and then finishing it off with that.
I've only got a small laser and a large laser. I don't have the medium lasers that I had with the Raven. But wait, what do I have? Oh shoot.
Yeah, Kuro, I think I'm just going to shoot this Scorpion in front of me.
Do it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, hash at them in the face.
+1 to hit, +3. Oh, you have. Sorry, you picked up jumping jack or something, right?
Yeah.
So it's +1 to hit.
+1 to hit. Yeah. So you have a +2 to hit.
Yep. So I'm shooting at 5s.
Does your AC-10 have a minimum range? No, it doesn't.
No.
You're good.
So.
Oh, you're gonna shoot everything at that one up front?
I think so.
Okay. That makes sense.
No, I think I'm going to not shoot a medium laser.
Okay.
I think I'm going to shoot AC-10 and medium laser just so I don't worry too much about.
Don't heat up.
Yeah, so that would be 6, and my jumping of 4 is 10, so I would just be dissipating, no problem.
Nice.
Okay.
Although I'm not going to really shoot next turn, so heat's not really a problem for me. No, so I should shoot all 3. Sorry, I'm shooting everything.
All right.
Thinking about it because I'm not worried about next turn.
Well, I mean,
So they're all the same. They're shooting at 5s.
Potentially shoot at other things because I can flame the guy below you if you don't finish him off with a couple of hits. So it gives me more options as well. Because I only have a large laser and a flamer that can really do a lot of damage.
How many hexes am I away to this guy? I'm sorry, I was thinking about just totally. I focused in on this light tank 1 that
Sure.
I don't know how many that is.
8.
8.
You can take it with the AC 10.
Because it's within short range and not medium range, right?
It's between short and medium.
I'll AC 10 that guy, and then medium laser the scorpion in front of me, so we're additional +1.
So which one is your primary target? Because the secondary gets a +1.
Medium laser should be my primary target, and AC 10 is my secondary, which is kind of weird to say, but...
Well, you also have the +2 and a +1, so or 1 and a 2, so you can do it the other way, and balance it out.
So this scorpion, this one's at 5s, and this one's at 6s.
Sorry, it'd be at 7 because it has a 2 defensive die, and because it's your secondary target.
If you switch it to be your primary target, then it would be what you just said, I believe, or it'd be both 6s. It'd be all 6s.
Primary target makes both 6s.
Yeah.
I'm actually okay with that, making them both 6s.
5 and 6. Oh yeah, okay. So they're both 6s.
Both 6s. So let's do AC 10 first.
All right, taking a range shot.
Get it, man.
Nice.
That hits. Vehicle position 4.
Position 4 is a front side hit with motive damage. Okay.
Location.
Yeah. All right. What's the critical rating?
None.
I need the number because it's going to be the motive.
4.
No effect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Medium laser 1.
This is for
7 hits. Location 3. Critical roll of 11, so it would be pretty bad if it goes through, but I doubt it does.
Here, location 3 is front side. What's the critical rating?
11.
Oh, fuck.
That's what I want to hear.
11. Heavy damage. Only half cruising speed, +3 to all driving skill rolls.
I imagine like if the crew doesn't leave, the flamer just like
miss.
They see that
medium laser is a miss.
Okay. Scorpion's up on that convenient platform that is the dead SRM carrier. Alright, who do I shoot with next? This guy's fired. Probably need a token of some kind to show who shot.
Do we have a moment for me to go pee? Just out of curiosity.
Well, we're almost at the end.
Okay.
Right here.
That's
once we each.
I think this next person to fire is going to be the last person to fire. Period.
Okay.
Let's go with this Scorpion tank that you shot at is going to fire in the right-hand side of the Black Knight. Yes, that is right arc, not rear arc. How unfortunate. Okay, 4, 5, 6. You didn't move enough to matter, and it's.
Are my legs being blocked?
No.
No. Okay.
Not from this direction.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I had to ask.
6 on AC 5 is short range. So it's a 6 to hit. This bad boy misses.
Miss.
Yeah, there's a rattle of shells around you. Friends, we are part of the way through the first round of combat here of 3026, and boy, are my arms tired. I had to fly in here from Pirate City, and things went poorly.
I have never faced checking an SRM again.
Yeah, for real.
I thought that was an interesting maneuver, but if you can survive autocannon 5 spam for the rest of the round, you're gonna look like a hero.
Honestly, the real it's heroic because as long as Eric can avoid fire for the rest of this combat, it basically has just made it so that the Black Knight didn't have to get half of its armor peeled off before taking all of these AC5s. So now I can basically just tank.
I heard it's customary about Whittington Knights that heroes don't pay repair costs at their friends.
I mean, I still
heard it's customary of those who took the oath of Endosteel.
No, it was 2 XP, right? Or 3? I can't remember repair fully.
For repairing a mech of his size, I think it's two.
Yeah, it's one for a light, 2 for a medium, 3 for a
Heavy.
big boy.
Oh, I may have done that wrong then. Oh well.
That might not.
Oh
be
wait, maybe
correct.
it was only 2 for me actually.
Let's see here.
But
Light
only had
medium
to
is
spend
2,
2.
and a heavy assault is 3.
Why did I only have spend 2 for rearming? All right,
well,
I'll change that to 3.
Rearming is 1 experience, and repairing for a heavy is 3.
Yeah,
you never need to rearm in a laser boat. Friends, end of episode notes here. What do you got? Because you don't have any ammo, right? Like you're a pure laser machine.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why I spent XP the first time then.
Well, you would need to have spent 3 to repair yourself.
Oh, that's why I did. Okay,
yes.
Cool.
Any closing notes here before we have Eddie run off to the bathroom and?
That was
oh my goodness.
That was a tactical error.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not just a tactical error, but also I think like we all assumed that it was the caves that we were going to be swarming them, and then we ended up getting surrounded.
Getting ambushed by filthy pirate bandits.
Yeah, I mean, we deployed basically as badly as possible. To be honest, it's okay.
Not as like defensively as we could have been, right? We thought that we had the upper hand. Is kind of what ended up happening.
You mean arrogant, noble mecha pilots made a slight tactical error?
Wow. Wow. I mean, I am pretty tactical, so I think Kuro. Anyway.
Yeah.
I feel you.
That's it. Patreon, thank you very much. And YouTube, thank you as well. Have a good afternoon.